24-hour league. Tempo, James Madison. Shout out to Constellation 95. Good luck.
Tucked away in the Shenandoah Valley, Harrisonburg, Virginia, home to James Madison, father of the Constitution and mother of some of the most electric crowds in all of college football when they come out to support the Dukes. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. As we'll see, the number 14 team in the country, the Temple Owls, taking on the 4th-ranked team in the land, the James Madison Dukes. 48 Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started.
Let's do this.
And the Dukes will bestow the leather to crank us up. And he's coming out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First down here for the offense.
Number 4.
Leaves it with the running back. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season. And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling?
He'll loft one deep down the left side. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Owls.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he added the extra point. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Kick good.
What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Offense set on first down. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. At the 40, there he goes.
Oh my
The
God.
expressway
What was that?
is wide open. Touchdown, James Madison. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
That's good. Let's check it out.
He'll bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Temple takes over, and the Owls send the offense back onto the field. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Let's see what they have in the bag on 3rd and short from their own 18. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. Picked off. Takes it the other way. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
They wrestle him down after he picked up 6 inside the 20 and down at the 18. They've generated some momentum with excellent performances in Big Ten play, and you can see them growing game by game.
And that's a big deal, too, in the new-look Big Ten Conference. Back in the day when there were divisions, you know, it was a toss-up every year who was going to win the Big Ten West. That was the easier division. But now, it's just who are the best 2 teams out of all of these teams, all these quality teams. So it's impressive that this team, David, has put themselves in position to play for the championship.
You ain't lying, especially in this conference. Let's be honest, the Big Ten and the SEC, they've separated themselves from everybody else. And so you're competing in this conference, middle of the season, you can finish strong. Now we're not just talking about conference championships. We're talking about where can we be in the playoff and how much damage we can do in the postseason.
Able to get a couple on the play. He's down at the 9.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. They're trying to get to him. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Quarterback sacks is a trend that this offense would like to put an end to pretty quick. Somehow they were able to win their last game out, even though they gave up 4 sacks in that one. That was a huge point of emphasis for this coaching staff. And here early in this one, first quarter, they've now already given up 1.
And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. Visualizing the right ball flight from 39 yards out in the right hash. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. And guys, that's the field goal now. They have it deep. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. On the run from inside his own 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Just an outstanding return there and really sets up his offense nicely. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. The give to the tailback. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Second down coming up. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll power it inside with the fullback. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And the big fella, you know, usually blocks, but has a nice little run and met by the strong safety. He's called the strong safety for a reason. Those guys are, you know, oversized safeties that are really strong. They're usually strong tacklers. Did a good job getting the big fella to the ground. Just gave up a little too many yards. And don't complicate things. Give it to the big fella. By the way, the fullback who blocks all the time, does all the dirty work. Hand it to him. Let him plow ahead, Palmer, and get that first down.
Are we in a time warp? Like, what year is this? Is this 1995? We're handing off to fullbacks again. That's a play that is basically extinct now in college football, but I love it because it caught the defense off guard, able to get a nice one out.
The Owls are on the move. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. On target over the middle. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
It's really tough on offenses when defenses know what you got to do. You got to pass the football. They're in man coverage. How about the receiver understanding where the first down is? He smells it. He goes and gets it.
Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the first without scoring. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Who gives a hoot? The Owls do. It's a touchdown.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. They went 54 yards on that last touchdown drive. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. Be interesting to see what happens here on the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Fires to the wideout. He's open on the right. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. They get a nice pickup on this crossing route against the zone, and everybody executed in unison, Jesse.
Yeah, and Reese, this offense, they've got a plan in the passing game. They've got some stuff ready for man coverage, and they've got some zone beat.
He hurls one deep down the left side.
Oh my God.
They'll
Good
get him
job.
stopped
Good
just short of
stuff.
the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
He was down.
The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. The Dukes trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. Snap it to the back. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Dukes. The AT unit on the field. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. It was closed out by the short yardage touchdown.
Thank you.
Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Slips through the line. He's on the loose. They finally get him corralled. What a beautiful return, and he almost ended this first quarter with
So
a bang.
slow.
First down to start the drive after the break. They'll go to the ground. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Owls! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters.
You don't have
They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And with the extra point, they take a 21-17 lead.
One stop.
That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board.
That out, too.
From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. Makes a move. Oh, what vision. They eventually chase him down. What a spectacular return that almost went all the way. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you've got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Pressure coming. Quarterback adapting. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
Well, as a quarterback, when you get to the outside, you know you don't have all day to throw it. You've got these defenders. They are coming. They're running at you hard, so you've got to do a better job getting the ball out quicker. That hit forced the incompletion.
Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense wants...
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, James Madison.
The buttons. Can't cover everybody.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it up with a 15-yard scoring toss. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Temple takes over, and the offense will return to the field. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
He wants to throw. He lobs one high down the left side. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. Touchdown Owls. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
He'll call for the fair catch here. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. Back and forth we go on these last couple of drives, David. Everybody moving the ball.
Man, these offenses are in a rhythm. Everything they're doing right now is working, a lot of scoring. This puts a lot more pressure on your offense, Palmer, when you walk on the field.
And at this point, too, David, which defense can...
And
Oh
he
my
hauls it in
goodness.
inside the 30. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. From the gun, running back gets to give. All kinds of running room. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
Man, this is a guy who just seems to get better as the game goes on. What a run getting his offense down close to the goal line.
So nice creating explosive runs in the run game. Now you're getting in the red inside the 5. Go punch this in and get it.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Dukes. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Temple takes over, and the Owls send the offense back onto the field. You want to talk about answering each other's score. That's what we have going on right now, Jesse.
Yeah, and this offense, it's been impressive just seeing how well they've been executing, too, because they're playing with a sense of urgency, David. They know they've got to go score a touchdown every time they take the field.
It's like a tennis match. You're just trying to break serve at some point, just back and forth. Both offenses having a lot of success in this football game.
They move the chains on the ground. Now another first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Off the deflection, missed a great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be second down.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
After the incompletion, looking at second down. He's looking to throw. Unloads it left.
Oh my God.
That's
game.
Bringing it back. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the
Use them go deep.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Stop is made at the 36. Let's call it a 5-yard gain and a first down.
Well, there we go. We finally see some life in this offense running the football. Nice gain to pick up the first down. You got to get more of that going moving forward, because they have not run it well.
Moving into scoring territory at the 36 on first down. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Giving him his pass. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes a stop.
Oh, I love that play call. This offense is going to run the football. They're not just going to do it between the tackles, but they're going to attack you outside. You saw that with that handoff. They get to the right. They get him in space using his speed. Good play.
That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there inside and the work.
Touchdown, James Madison! And they take it in for 6 more points. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. They scored for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these are the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time. But when you can use their big body frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Temple takes over, and the offense will return to the field. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stops, Palmer, and get you the football game.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Off the play fake. Shoots it to the left. It's caught downfield. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line.
There's a reason third down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at third down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
At the 35, he's open. Afterburner's coming. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. Guys, he's up to 103 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Quarterback looks for a little space. Touchdown. The quarterback sneak pays off as he gets it across the goal line.
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. He makes the stop, but a nice pickup there on first down. Leaves them in second and manageable.
Well, this defense is being challenged, and this secondary in particular. And I know a DB made the tackle there, but we're only in the second quarter, and already this quarterback has over 200 yards passing.
Fires to the middle. Makes the grab. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Got it in the middle. It's caught. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
And the slant is really a difficult route to defend against if you're a DB in man coverage, especially when you have no help on the inside. So if you're the offense and you continue seeing that coverage, you might as well keep attacking it just like that.
He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack, you avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on third down. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Out of the shotgun on third down. Fires to the end zone. What? And he's got it. Touchdown, Dukes. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal with 10. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Temple takes over, and the Owls send the offense back onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David. Hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. Oh, the offense very fortunate to fall on that football.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep two hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
That last play is the epitome of why you have to have a short-term memory. Just forget about that one. Lost one deep down the right side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Nothing but green ahead. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Owls!
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
Get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. And he's coming out of the end zone. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Maybe some confusion on the snap count there. That's maybe what caused the false start. Either way, offense is penalized. All wideouts, no backs. Running it to the right. Open space at the 25. Thought for a minute they were going to turn that into a score. They get the big play, but time runs out here in the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Temple will try to boot this one deep to get the second half underway. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive...
Going downfield for the big play. And they can't hook up.
What kind of offensive pass interference and stopping that?
The defense has not had an answer for this guy today. Already over 150 yards receiving. That time, the ball falls incomplete, but we haven't seen that happen too often today.
This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. He's got the back in the middle. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
Just beautiful, and that's a great feeling as a quarterback when you make that throw. It keeps your offense on the field, keeps the offense in rhythm. Obviously not as good as throwing a touchdown pass, but I'll tell you this, way better than having to trot off over to the bench and wait for your turn to get another shot.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
He's going to pass on 2nd down. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a 3rd down stop. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. There to make the stop, but he is a weapon out of the backfield in the short passing game, and they've got a first down.
You think about when you hit those guys on the move, man, he's already flying so fast, and I got to adjust my angle as a DB and make sure I keep outside contained, and it's a really easy play to run to get positive yards, especially in a situation like that where you're looking for the first down. You run that play, you get it. Nice, easy breeze.
I like the running back there on the route, the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Hand off from the shotgun. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quick release on the RPO. Makes the catch, and he's brought down.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
3rd and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. And that pass is intercepted.
Go, fool.
Trying to take it back.
Who the hell is that quarterback?
He's at the 30. The 10. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Owls. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead.
Stop.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Ohio State is in front. They've led for most of the game. However, Brutus isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 7 over Pittsburgh. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Got it set up on the outside. At the 35, he's got room. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play.
Got a man. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
They'll run play action. Forced out of the pocket. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback, but your accuracy always goes down when you get hit. Nice job by the QB scrambling, working to his right, but he wasn't completing that pass with that pressure.
He wants to throw it again. Unloads to the wideout.
Oh.
Complete to the left. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him.
Oh.
It's loose. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that one.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. He's looking to throw. Good timing on the quick out. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
Well, it's a great job by the quarterback there, understanding you're being blitzed. You know you're not going to be able to hold on to it very long, so find the back. Get it into his hands quickly. Let him go pick up the first.
Using the quick game. Open runway ahead. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. First and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. With the run on first and goal. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your...
Touchdown, James Madison. And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Temple takes over and the offense will return to the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
I don't blame the quarterback for taking that shot either, man. He's cooked up with this guy twice today for scores. Give him another try. They just couldn't get on the same page on that.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. The give to the big fullback. Just a 1-yard gain leaves him with 3rd and 9. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Now he's going to glide away from pressure.
It was open.
And the
It was
quarterback
open.
bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack.
After getting
That
4 sacks
helps.
last game, this
Some.
defense really is trying to create an identity as being one of the better pass rushing units in the entire country. Haven't really seen that, though, in this game so far until that last play. And let's see how that affects the rest of this game.
He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Quarterback checking the play. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here.
And I love this because you got 2nd and really, really long. And what's the idea of the offensive coordinator? Get 3rd and manageable. Nice job getting the run, not only a positive run, shoot, you almost got the first down. Now you're set up for good success on 3rd down.
Quick pass on the jet motion. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Running back searching for a hole. Just enough room to gain a couple down to the 34.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Got his man quickly. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They'll snap it from the 28 in field goal range, but it's 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. It's complete to the right. And good blocking in space out there to give him enough room to pick up the first down. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
From the red zone, he's going to throw it. And it's caught! Touchdown, Dukes! Like a Thanksgiving turkey. There's being no shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. You got to figure something out. You got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot. He's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Temple takes over, and the Owls send the offense back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, Dave, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll go right back to it. Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. When they put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big plays.
And on that 3rd down play, there just wasn't any timing between the quarterback and his intended target. As a result, ball falls incomplete, setting up 4th.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
And now my mindset has to completely change. Listen, we needed points. That's like plenty of time left, over 3 minutes on the clock. I got to get me a stop, and I got to get that football back so my offense can score some points.
The back goes in motion. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Got his man. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Now inside 4 minutes to go here on 2nd down. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. He now has 80 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. 3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. From the gun. Give on the inside. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And this one splits the uprights. And now the lead is extended a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. UMass sure is making the flagship proud today. What a spectacular performance on the offensive side of the ball. They're up by 27 over Arkansas State. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Temple takes over and the offense will return to the field. Wide receiver shows motion. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Looking to the big tight end. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Now the defense has got it, and they're going the other way.
No, I'm challenging. Oh, man, they need to challenge that. He was laying down.
Nice heads-up play by the defense to jump on that ball after he got popped out.
On first down, here comes this offense.
He was
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
Pulls and fires complete to the right. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the fourth quarter with the big lead, he's still taking shots.
They go to the ground. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? By going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Oh, it's out! Oh, and a burst disaster by falling on his own fumble.
Well, the running back really lucky he jumped on his own feet.
And let's hold on just
Oh, that they review. That they review? I'm losing. Review my kickoff, my track.
And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. To have any chance in the world, this defense has to come up with a stop on 1st and goal. Direct snap. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop it.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing, you need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. They'll take a knee as they keep draining the time off that clock, now under a minute to go. If they can pay off this 3rd and goal opportunity, man, oh man, those collars start getting a little tight across the way. He takes the knee, and the undefeated season continues. Plenty of fireworks in this one. A lot of boys, they always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
And it's amazing how much offenses has just boomed in college football. So good. So many ways to hurt you. And you saw both of these offenses put on a show today, Jess.
GG's, man.
Both of these coaching staffs and their defensive coordinators were losing sleep all week. They knew this was going to be a tough task ahead of them. So much speed, so much firepower on both of these offenses. And, man, we saw that here today.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
So, shout out to you for watching. Subscribe. Hey, what it is. So, let's